Hello everyone and welcome to this past week in LEGO. So, what's happened this past week? Well, we've had 4 new sets announced, we've had 3 gift with purchases. Okay, maybe not the gift with purchase everyone was after, but you know, we've had 3, so I guess it's something. We've also had that massive June 1st release day, which, I mean, if you've seen my LEGO video from Monday about being in the LEGO store, you'll have seen how busy it is. It was absolutely crazy. I guess it was just a perfect storm with it being, you know, just after payday. It was on a Sunday. It was half term here in the UK, so it was just busy in general anyway. So we'll talk about some of the big sets that released this week from that, and we'll also have a quick look at the Bricklink designer program and how that works and what's coming out in the next week for those, so you've got the heads up of what you might want to pre-order. So let's have a look. So the first thing that was announced this week then was the Nike and LEGO collaboration event that's going on. So this is on the Nike website here. You can see, you know, Nike again, depending on where you are in the world, I guess. I think it's officially Nike, but here in the UK, a lot of people just say Nike. But anyway, Nike and LEGO. You can see here they've got the Nike logo, the LEGO brick here, and there is a couple of different products that are going along with that. We do have these shoes here, and we also have a LEGO set. So we'll have a look at both of these. First things first is the shoe side of things. I know this is a LEGO channel, but obviously it's LEGO and Nike. But I wanted to just sort of show these off. These are Nike Air Max DN and LEGO collection. I'm not a trainers guy, so these mean nothing to me. I can see they're yellow. They've got the Nike logo here, and they've got the LEGO logo in them. And I can see they've got loads of studs all over the front here. To me, they're very, very garish. They're very yellow. I'm a black or blue shoe kind of guy. I don't do bright colours. But yeah, these are a thing. If you're interested in them, you can get notifications on the Nike website. They are $109.99. Now, personally, I would rather spend $109.99 on LEGO rather than shoes, but you know, something for everyone, I guess. So if we hop back over to the real reason we're here then, and that reason is this LEGO set here. So this is the Nike Dunk and LEGO set. I presume that's what the DN means on the trainers, is Dunk. I'm not sure. This is set number 43008, and it's $89.99. So to me, out of the two, I would rather spend the money on this and get the LEGO for $89.99. It's not really the range that I'm after. I'm not really into, as I said, I'm not into shoes, I'm not into sports and Nike anyway. But for those people who are, this is going to be great for you. It's very similar to the Adidas promotion they did back a couple of years ago. I think this is better because it's got a bit more of a logo to it than just a shoe in a box, I guess. But yeah, so this is coming out on the 1st of July. So this is next month's wave of stuff that's starting to be announced now. When we thought it was going to be a quiet month, they've announced like 4 new things this week. I think 3 of them are coming out in July, but still. This is 1,180 pieces, so again, quite a good piece per price ratio there, considering. And you do get 1 minifig here. So let's have a quick look at those photos in better detail. So you can see the set a bit closer up then. You can see there is a basketball here, which is quite a nice little build. Has got the brick and Nike logo here, which I presume will be printed on that. We also get the shoe here. You can see these elements here to make it like a shoe. I'm presuming they're print. There may be stickers, but possibly print. And also the Dunk logo here with this basketball minifig down the bottom. So seems to have a basketball head. Bit of fun. He's also got Dunk trainers on to match the Dunk trainer here and the Dunk logo. So a lot of Dunk going on. I like the green colour around the outside. I'm quite a fan of green at the moment personally, so that's why I quite like that. Here you can see with the box. Here's that close up of that minifig. So you get like a basketball head with a glasses or visor on, orange arms to match the basketball, printed body, printed legs and side of leg printing, which is also quite nice. So it is quite a nice little minifig that you get in this set. Here's a top-down view of the shoe. You can see both those logos in there on this printed piece here by the look of it. And again, you get a closer look at all those other, they do look print maybe. I guess only time will tell. But yeah, a close look at that shoe there. Here you can see that the shoe comes apart, and you can put the minifig in the shoe, and the basketball swivels, that kind of thing. So it's got a few nice little bits to it. Again, not probably one I'm going to be picking up, but for those of you who are into shoes and Nike, as I say, it's one for you. I think it is aimed at more like early teens by the look of this lifestyle image. And again, I imagine they'll be the sort of target audience that this is going to be going towards. So yeah, this is the Nike and Dunk collab. So the second item that was announced this week then, maybe more popular with a few of you, is the Miles Morales mask. This is set number 76329 and it's $59.99, and he's also coming out the 1st of July. Now to me, this looks like an identical model to the one we already have, which is the Spider-Man one. So this one, this is again $59.99. It's the Spider-Man's mask. This is the Peter Parker version. It's 487 pieces, and this one's 487 pieces. So looking at this, to me, would be an identical build, pretty much, just with the colours swapped so that you have red on black instead of black on red. Which makes sense because the costumes are inverted, but again, this is another mask to add to the collection. It seems odd to me that they're going back to masks when they've just released the Iron Man bust in June and they have a Spider-Man Iron Spidey bust coming out in August. So it feels odd to me that they're going back to the mask line again. I don't think they quite know what they want to do with these things. To me, I prefer the masks. I mean, I'm not a mask sort of collector. I've got the Darth Vader one behind me, but that's where it ends. I prefer the masks over the busts. I think the masks are more popular than the busts. I'm not really sure why I went down the bust route, but hey ho. We've got this one coming out anyway, 1st of July. As I say, it's 487 pieces and it's $59.99. So looking at it a bit closer up then, you can see it is a mask. It looks like you've got some nice printed elements here with the web on, and it's quite a nice usage of this red around here for the eyes. And of course you get that printed tile as well. So very similar to all the other masks that we've had from various other themes. You can see it's just a mask on a display to go with all your others. So the next item then is this one. This is Cruella de Vil's car. It's a bit more on my watch list, I guess, but it is quite expensive what it is. I imagine this is the sort of thing that will come down in price pretty quickly after release, and being the likes of your B&M, Smiths, Amazon, that sort of thing. It is $44.99. It's set number 43277, but only has 378 pieces. So it's quite a big price per piece. I guess because you've got the Disney logo on there, it does put that price up, but effectively it's just like a Speed Champion, but at twice the price. So it is a bit hard to swallow for some. It is coming out 1st of September, so unlike the last two sets that are coming out 1st of July, this is coming out the 1st of September. I like the fact that you do get Cruella de Vil as a minifig rather than a mini doll. You also get this quite cute looking little Dalmatian moulded piece here. So this is again probably why the price is a little bit more expensive, because I presume you get these rubber wheel elements here. And obviously this moulded dog here is obviously probably a new mould as well, so it all factors into the price. Looking at it a little bit closer then, you can see the car build itself. This is definitely going to be a sticker. You can see the colour is different here, so that's unfortunately that's a sticker, but I guess it is what it is. Speed Champions are covered in stickers, so why would this one be any different? It's quite a nice looking little build. It's very authentic to what the original source material is from the original animated movie. Again, I like the figures that you get. So let's go through and have a look at these. It's under the Disney Villains banner, which obviously again makes sense, but it's nice that they're bringing that back. Did miss out on the Disney Villains set, the one with all the books and the VHS tapes and stuff, slightly before my time of getting into content creation on Lego, but yeah, I do like some of the Disney stuff that's come out, but I do think this is quite a bit expensive for what it is, but we'll see. We might pick this one up in the future. Victoria will probably want it, so it'll inevitably be picked up in the future at some point, I would imagine. But looking through, here's a closer look at the minifigs here. Nice print detail on the legs and the feet here and the torso. Nice hairpiece, and again that printed dog, which is also quite nice. Here's an action shot, I guess, of those in situ, and here's a shot from the other side. So it's nice that it's got that sort of, I presume that's the horn element for this old-fashioned style car. Again, you can see that quite clearly as a sticker here as well. Nice little build. It's again expensive for what it is, I think, but one to pick up when it's on sale. And the final item that's been announced this week so far, I guess, is this one. This is the How to Train Your Dragon Toothless buildable character. It is $59.99. It's coming out the 1st of July as well, and it's set number 10375. in his 784 pieces. I think this has had a bit of a mixed reaction online, if you want me to be honest. I think people were hoping it would be more related to the original cartoon source material than the new live action movie that's coming out in a couple of weeks' time. However, it is hellishly cute, I have to say, and we do love a buildable character here. I've never really watched How to Train Your Dragon. I know certain people that I know really love How to Train Your Dragon. Someone's daughter really loves How to Train Your Dragon, so I'm imagining they're going to be picking it up. But yeah, it is very cute. It's good price per piece as well. You get 784 pieces for $59.99. I know you can swap out this part of his tongue to hold the fish, so he's holding the fish in his mouth, or he hasn't hold the fish in his mouth, one or the other. But yeah, it does look pretty cute, I have to say. Obviously it's based off the baby version, I understand, rather than the adult version, which is quite apparent by looking at the model itself. But again, it's quite a nice little buildable character. Here you can see that closer up look then. You can see its tongue here, and there's that fish piece. As I say, you can take this pink tile off here and you can attach the fish, which we'll probably see in an image in a moment. There it is with the box. So it is an icons set, rather than it being its own sort of brand, I guess. I guess if it gets popular, they might do more and more of these, but at the moment it is classed under the icons brand. Here's another closer up look of him, looking very, very cute. And again, and here he is holding that that fish in his mouth. So instead of having his tongue out, he has the fish, so you can pose him whichever way you would like to. Looks like he has got some articulation in his head that moves around as well, which is nice. And you can see we've got this puff of smoke, I assume, coming out of his mouth, trying to breathe fire, because obviously he's a dragon after all. And here's the back of the box, so you can see that he's about 16 centimetres tall and 22 centimetres long. So a smallish set, but very cute, and I think it will appeal to a lot of people. So those are the 4 new sets that we announced this week. Let's take a look at these GWPs and let's talk about why they're a little bit controversial. So like I say, we have 3 GWPs at the moment, all of which are very small GWPs. I think because June the 1st sort of sold itself, Lego didn't feel the need to give any incentives to get people to buy. By looking at the footage that we had from June the 1st release day, from not only myself but other creators around the world, it was quite crazy. It was really busy everywhere, so there was no incentive for Lego to give a GWP really. They did though, we did have 3, so let's talk about the ones that are available now, just in case you are interested in any of the themes that they cover. So first of all, we have this one, which is Nova's Doghouse build. This is on £35 of purchases of Lego Friends and Lego Disney. This is till the 14th of June. We also have the Tropical Toucan, which is on spends of £35 or more with the themes Lego Creator 3-in-1 and Lego Botanicals, again to the 14th of June. I don't really know why they bought this one out, if I'm honest. Looking online, there's reviews on this set from January, so I think this is a recycled gift with purchase. Maybe they had some left over from the previous promotion, I'm not too sure. But on the account that they're bringing out a 3-in-1 Tropical Toucan in August, seems strange that they're giving away the GWP version now. I guess obviously it is a much smaller piece count compared to what the one will be when you buy the actual set, but it just seems odd to me. If anything, give it as a gift with purchase with 3-in-1 stuff when the 3-in-1 stuff comes out in August, because at least then you could market it as like the baby toucan to go with the bigger toucan that you can buy for that same sort of promotion. Bit odd to me. But at least it's something, I guess, if you're looking at buying the botanicals. If you picked up both the bonsai tree and the happy plants, obviously then you'll be qualified for this, and you would pick that up. But yeah, again, it just seems a bit of an odd choice to me. And then this other one is only available till tomorrow, and while stocks last, it's probably already sold out. This is the Simpsons living room that you get when you purchase the Simpsons Krusty Burger, which again was out on June the 1st. It's not had a very good review, this set. It's a yellow box gift with purchase, so it's not even a proper gift with purchase really. It's a bit lame, if you want me to be honest. I mean, I'm not a Simpsons person anyway, but even I can tell this isn't a very good gift with purchase. I don't really know why you would want this to go with the Krusty Burger. If anything, give, I don't know, a little van that's got Krusty Burger in on it to go with the Krusty Burger restaurant, rather than a living room set that's going to just sit on a shelf somewhere or go in your parts inventory or something. A bit strange. Guess it is free. Obviously, if you're a Legos Insiders person, then you can get it for free. But yeah, so these are the 3 gift for purchases that are out at the moment. As I say, this one is out until the end of tomorrow. The other 2 are out till the 14th of the month. So yeah, if you're interested in picking any of those themes up, you will get those gift for purchases. So that's the gift for purchase covered. Now let's look back at the 1st of June release that happened on Sunday. It was crazy. So I've already done a couple of videos this week about that. I've done the Lego store shopping vlog and haul on Monday. We had the Smiths shopping vlog and haul on Wednesday. And we picked up a few little sets. So if you haven't seen those videos, I'll link those in the description down below so you can go and catch up on those as well. But yeah, everywhere was just so busy. I think because it was, as I said in the introduction, a bit of a perfect storm. It was a Sunday. It was just after payday. It was school holidays here in the UK, so therefore everyone was off work as well. The kids have probably been badgering their parents all week saying, can I have my new Lego, can I have my new Lego? And then obviously, you know, there's been a lot of stuff that's been announced for a lot of different themes that came out on June the 1st. So especially all the Harry Potter stuff. Now I know the Harry Potter stuff has done really well. It was really popular video of mine going through all the different Harry Potter stuff that came out on June the 1st. If you missed that, I'll link that in the description below as well so you can catch up on that. When I went to the Meadowhall store in Sheffield, we were informed in the line when we were queuing that they'd run out of the main tower sets. And that was obviously the most expensive Harry Potter set that came out on June the 1st. So the fact that they ran out of that, you know, was just crazy. The Toy Story train was also not on the shelf. They had replenished it a couple of times while I was in the store, but that was sent out really quickly. And literally everybody who was in the queue to pay had one of those Luxo Junior lamps. It is going to be one I'm going to be picking up. I didn't pick it up on June the 1st for the reasons I said in the video earlier in the week. But yeah, everybody wanted that Luxo Junior. Everyone was asking all the staff while we were queuing, have you still got the lamp? Have you still got the lamp? So I think, yeah, that sold really well as well. As obviously did the main tower. I saw a lot of people with the vending machines. There was quite a few like stacked up with the vending machines in the store, and also obviously the 101 Dalmatians, the big Dalmatian. I saw a load of people with that in their hands. Yeah, and just a variety of sets. Everyone was buying a variety of stuff. I saw a few people with the tiger, the Fauna Collection tiger in their hands. Yeah, it was just a bit of a crazy June the 1st. We're hoping for a quieter July. Me, myself, I'm looking for some double points days really, because I've got a few sets that are retiring this year that we would like to pick up that are more expensive. So ideally we'd like to get double points on those, maybe a nice GWP. I've seen rumours that there is a GWP coming later in the month, you know, like a proper one, unlike the 3 polybags that I've just shown you. Yeah, so June the 1st was just absolutely crazy. So let's have a quick look then at the Bricklink Designer Programme, what it is and how it all works. So for those of you who don't know, Bricklink is a website that is owned by Lego. It doesn't have the Lego logo on it, but it is owned by Lego. It's a place where people can sell their Lego, sell their Lego parts, Lego sets, a bit like an eBay, but dedicated for Lego, but also has the Bricklink Designer Programme. The Bricklink Designer Programme is a way for fan creators to submit their submissions to Lego. Then there is a voting process, and then the winners of those votes then go into production effectively. So we are on Series 5 of the Bricklink Designer Programme sets, as you can see here. And the way that it works is once they've been selected, it is basically like a Kickstarter or a crowdfunding style thing. The Lego sets that are sent out from Bricklink after your purchase are made by Lego. They are assembled by Lego and packaged by Lego. It is genuine Lego parts. For those people who say there isn't a Lego logo on there, it is on there. It's on the side of the box rather than the front of the box. It is a slightly different looking packaging. It's like a white box rather than the usual 18 plus black box style that you get from Lego. But rest assured, it is owned by Lego itself. You can see here, these are the 5 sets that are going to be available for Series 5 of the Designer Programme. So we'll have a look at those in detail in a moment. But the way it works is you place your pre-order. Once the pre-orders hit a certain threshold, they then go into production, and I think there's a maximum of 30,000 of each which will be created. Once those 30,000 have been created and allocated to somebody, they won't then make any more. So you'll often see these highly inflated prices on the second-hand market. They have limited these to 2 a piece now, and they did increase from 10,000 to 30,000 in terms of how many they produce of each of these. So there is more of them around now than there used to be in the first few. I don't think they expected it to be quite as popular as it is. But the reason I'm bringing this up now is on June the 10th, there is the pre-order window will start opening. So you will need to make sure that you are online at this time. I think it's 4 p.m. British summer time, or as you can see there, 8 a.m. Pacific time to get those pre-orders in. They normally sell out really, really quickly. So if you want one of these sets, you need to be in there quick. But yes, that's how the Bricklink Designer Program works. Let me jump in and we can have a look at the sets. So the first set then is the Thieves of Tortuga. It is £299.99, which seems quite expensive, but if we scroll down you can see that this is for 4,002 pieces, so it's actually really good price per piece. Because it's like a crowdfunding thing, it works out cheaper than a normal Lego set. There's 13 minifigs in here and 7 stickers. Obviously, without having any branding on it, it can also bring the price down. Obviously, if this was a Pirates of the Caribbean set, for example, it would have slapped another 100, 150 quid on top of that. But yeah, so this is the Thieves of Tortuga. It looks like it's a pirate style town set, which is quite nice looking. I'm not going to pick any of these Bricklink Designer Program sets up for myself at this stage. Just showing these for you guys really, but you can see how that all set looks there. The second set then is the Mushroom Village. This is £189.99. It is 2,436 parts, 7 minifigs, no stickers. And again, you get a good price per piece on this because it's the crowdfunding program type thing. It's a nice little mushroom village. It looks nice. It would fit between all your nice botanical sets that you've got. It is really nice. It's colourful. Obviously it's open back because it's a play set, as all these things are. Yeah, quite a nice looking set there. The third one is the Antique Shop. So this is £129.99 for 1,918 pieces, 6 minifigs, but you do get 10 stickers with that. Obviously nothing's print in these, they are all stickers. So that's the trade-off, I guess, with some of the official Lego sets. You do get the printed elements, but obviously for these, they aren't going to print the pieces, they're just going to give you the sticker sheets. So again, nice little shop. It is a closed back shop, this one, I think, which again is quite nice to see. Look good in any Lego city, or just on a shelf really, whatever you wanted to do with it. The fourth set then is this one. It's £299.99. It's Adventure in Transylvania. So a bit more of a gothic looking set, this one. Obviously vampire themed. It's 4,056 pieces, 14 minifigs and 11 stickers. Obviously for 300 quid, that's really good price per piece. You can see it is a really nice aesthetic here. Again, open back as you would expect from these things. But yeah, this is the Adventure in Transylvania set, and those are all the minifigs that you get with it. And finally then we have the cheaper one of the bunch, the Popcorn Wagon. It is £49.99. You get 594 pieces, 3 minifigs and 3 stickers for that. You can see it looks like a popcorn wagon, looks really nice. You get those minifigs here, and these sort of ice cream elements are being used as popcorn, which is quite cool. It is an enclosed back by the look of it, which again is quite nice. It's quite a nice little set, almost Victorian-esque by the look of the design of it. But yeah, I quite like this one. If I was going to get any of them, I'd probably get this one. But again, I think I've got more priority sets to be buying at this stage over this, so I won't be picking this one up. But again, nice looking set. So there we have it then. There's a couple of key dates for your diary. So we have tomorrow when the Krusty Burger GWP goes. We have the 10th when the Bricklink Designer Program pre-orders start, and the 14th when the other 2 GWPs disappear as well. So if you want any of those things, those are the dates you need to know. What do you think of the 4 sets that have been announced this week? Are any of those your favourite? Are you going to pick any of those up on launch day? Please let me know in the comment section down below. Tomorrow I'm off to Doncaster Brick Festival, so if any of you do happen to be there, then please look out for me because I will be there making a video to come out on Monday. So again, even if you can't be there, make sure you check out that video on Monday. As always, thank you very much for joining me here. Please give this video a big thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss the future content, and I'll see you in the next one.